The faster you crank them, better a player you are. You know that. You know that, Jack.
Absolutely.
Jammies and Tristan here. Moving on to the next match. 39 players left, 21 teams. Barband right now, the most eliminations in this match at 4. Jammies and Tristan have somebody pinned down at the storm on the outside. Glixo goes down, the knock. Tristan finishes that. There's one Elin. The teammate is also out there. The metal materials, the rift is utilized to save himself, but I have a feeling that these guys are going to start looking up and see if they can pick him on the way down.
Shots coming in from the top side. Nothing as of yet. Taking a look on the opposite side of the map. Witchisel and Mikey combined with 0 limbs so far. They're playing for that late game moment. They already set up in the next zone. This is their best chance yet to put some points on the board this game.
6 duos need to go down. They're in the safe zone. At this point, unless there is a very, very clear opportunity where they're not going to take any damage, there's no reason to poke your head out.
No.
We actually, I mean, you and I had an opportunity earlier to see players put themselves in a position where they didn't need to because they were a little too greedy for an elim, and they get picked off themselves. So I'd like to imagine that these players, which Hazel and Mikey is the best, which that's his name, is Mikey is the best, self-proclaimed best. Like right there, wait for an opportunity, someone's exposed, jumping up and down on top of the gas station, the knock does occur and that elimination is finished.
Oh.
Boo also exposed on top of the gas station, not a very player-friendly location it seems. Menace gets knocked. Witch Hazel literally sitting in this window, repeatedly lasering players. 3 elims now. All 3 of those knocks got finished.
And remember, this is helping move them towards the top 15 for placement. So I literally mentioned this is their best chance to go for limbs right now because they're already set up. They recognize that as well, the sign of a great competitive Fortnite player. It's all about reading when it's the right time to tunnel vision on eliminations or when it's the right time to tunnel vision on moving towards the zone. Hopping over to Jadoooo and dogsonu.
Can I just say real quick, the ops team, whoever just had that fly in into the box and then transitioning to this camera, thank you. Holy cow, that was cool.
Brilliantly done, ops team. I'm proud of you.
It's awkward, but I appreciate it, Jack, and I'm sure they do too. Give them all hugs after the cast.
No.
Do.
It was like, what's that from again? I'm on Burgundy. That's from Anchorman. Oh gosh, that's some good stuff. Now the ops team's been crushing it. You know, being driving and finding out the best perspectives in a battle royale with 40 players remaining, when literally anyone can make the next big play, is one of the most challenging things in all of competitive gaming.
Oh my gosh!
Did that rocket connect?
It looked like the rebuild happened at just barely the last second with an SMG as the spray weapon to knock.
Well, he's on white health. Yeah, I think the reason why they tunnel visioned that spray so hard was because it connected on through with the rocket. They get the knock. Now they'll move. They know they have one more elimination coming on in. There it is. Mo 1K does drop. 2 eliminations now for this duo as they're just going to float on towards the zone. Congratulations, they made it to the top 15.
Placement points for everybody that's still left alive here. Only a few ballers left at this point. Tons of players, though, floating their way on in towards the edge of the safe zone, trying to establish a little base of operations. Don't want to get caught off guard. The boogie attempt in there. It looks like somebody did get boogied. The shot may have been for a baller player, but we can't really tell from that angle. dogsonu and Jadoooo hanging out at the forefront of the storm right now. That slurp, I'm not sure if they closed off their back as they rotated forward. I couldn't tell at the last second there. It had turned away too fast, but that backside might have been exposed if somebody was behind them. We'll see here in a second. They did. One surface is in the way. Oh, and it's, oh my gosh, the window edit.
In these late games, I wonder what sigh of relief these players have when they get an elimination like that, right? Like, that was what, 60 damage in total that they wound up hitting that player with, and they get an elimination. That free point comes on in. If they can outlast one more duo, they'll place in the top 10 for another couple points. Rift to go being used.
Did you see the placement of the trap before they pop the rift, just in case anybody tries to go in there?
Yep.
Very, very smart play. They made it to the top 10 duos. 14 players left, Jack.
14 players remaining. They made it to the top 10, as you mentioned. They're just going to float, float, float. They're avoiding having to build up this small little mountain. As again, you see everyone spamming on up. Senpai now challenging for the high ground. 90s being built. Vame recognizing that he's being challenged for this high ground, just building all the way on up. This is to Jadoooo and dogsonu, who just landed from this rift. Now stuck in the zone, trying to edit through this wall. It was a little bit awkward because I think they were both trying to push to the same wall at that moment. dogsonu having to stop and pop minis right now. Can't exactly tell if they've got ultimate high ground. They do not. It's Vame. Even higher up, spraying on down at everyone just below. Ronan, Tristan, the duo, still staying alive, but not too healthy at the moment. But as I say that, they get a knock on one, and they can potentially clean up the second.
10 players left. No rocket ammo, so that grenade launcher just taking up a spot in Tristan's inventory. Ooh. Would be huge for late game, potentially, depending on the position of this circle. Player drops down and slides down the waterfall. Had that floor caught him, Tristan would have been in a tough spot face-to-face with an opponent.
Had no builds left. Literally double hit that palm tree just to be able to pop 2 more minis. Look at how weak, I was going to say, look at how weak Ronan is there. Ronan now dead. Rockets coming down as well. Tristan,
it's a 2v1
all by himself. No builds remaining. You can see just cowering below this wood. At this point, it's like, please, just let it end.
dogsonu sitting on 9 rockets, 45 builds. Tristan all the way in the bottom. 136 gets the knock. Can Tristan flip this? A 1v1 now, only 38 HP. Goes for the shot, gets shield tags, 6 HP. Tristan can clutch up the last second here and looks for the shot, and he hits the wood and pays the price.
Better than I could have ever imagined him doing right there, trying to contest that build. But in the end, it is the duo. 2 Rift-to-Go's late game make all the difference for them. The 2 toughest rotations with the most players. They kind of just float on by. Heading on over to Frosty Flights now. Another late game scenario, 35 players left.
I don't recall that small building at the top of the twisty metal stairs up there. I don't remember it being that big, but it certainly looks excessive at this point. Somebody building up there, Brandon and Bryce. And Drip built up inside this structure, smacking as much of the materials out as they can. Pretty key component to staying alive and maintaining, you know, a safe zone essentially in here. He's going to be farming up even in the structures that have very little inside. Now, there's a lot sitting on the ground in here, Jack. Players may do wall replaces, things like that, but while Brandon has an opportunity here, it kind of surprises me, since there's no pressure from that player in front of him, that he's not ducking back just to farm up as many mats as he can. There's still more metal to his back right that he could pick up. And until right now, there was an opportunity there, maybe for a couple hits. Maybe his teammate could hold the turbo build. The trap from the back.
Oh my gosh.
Iota goes down and they laser that post trap down.
I'm thinking that he had to have accidentally got on that drift board. There's no way in that moment you're getting on a drift board in a tunnel, stopping you from being able to build. Costs him his life right there. But I mean, hey, that drift board probably helped him get across the map, and then there probably cost him that moment. So it's a double-edged sword, I guess. Looking at the zone, majority of players stacked up near Frosty Flights, and unfortunately for them, it's far east side of this, so they're going to have a little bit of an awkward rotation here. There is a couple good zip lines in play if someone really wants to get risky. Wonder if anyone will actually try to use them to their advantage. Here comes the edits from one player. Will they be prepared for this? Oh, they're all popping launch pads. Okay.
He was waiting for a window to pop up there to take the shot, but that's not the case. Launch pad going to push him out. Does see another player rotating to that same launch pad. Gets the shot there. He and his teammate both beam him down. The knock, he's going to slide his way slowly over to that launch pad, but it's not fast enough.
That was a last-ditch effort. That pad was in the zone already for a few seconds as well. That was like a, man, I have no good option. Here's to hoping this somehow works itself out. Spoiler alert, it did not. Sloth and Boppin moving on up. This kind of cliff on their right side is giving them some good cover. Players just ahead trying to peek on out of their window. Sloth doing a good job protecting himself, but does have to be wary. 14 total builds left.
18 players. We've got 3 duos that need to go down until placement points start coming into play here.
Yep.
Getting overly aggressive, not the best call. You're gonna see a lot of players that are stuck in rotation that have to move ahead of the zone, that kind of thing. They're the ones that you're gonna want to watch for shots on. 7 eliminations between this duo of Heiser and Slimesy. 17 duos left. 122 builds, Rift to go.
Wow.
A knockdown in the inventory somehow. A heavy snipe. That blue pump.
See, now the question is,
looking pretty good.
Oh, tries to send a rocket back because of how that pyramid was edited. The question is, can Heiser finish this elimination. They're doing everything they can to spray. The zone now beginning to move. There's the rift to go. As they'll float on in, I think they'll have the elimination confirmed, so we should see that health pop on up, or somehow the player's stuck in the res. I'm not exactly sure.
We'll see here in a second.
Oh, they landed on the high ground. I love that decision. They float into the zone, take a little bit of damage, land on the high ground, but it looks like others have the same idea as well. And oh my God!
Zip line taking all that structure out, Jack.
Zip line right through everything, saying, hey, that's cute, and just decimates like 15 walls instantly. Summer now with the spray with this epic assault rifle. Pump shotgun in the back pocket as well. Sloth drops to the zone. Look at everyone trying to just go up this vertical angle. So awkward. Akai at the bottom does get cut down. Bamboozle building with Blaze right below. And that's Summer following up the teammates' builds. At the top side of it all, you see Blake and Gratrix just sitting pretty. Looks like they're caught in the zone now for the moment.
Kairos bouncing around on the ball, or you saw him flying around in there. From Tempo, Summer from CLG and his duo Bamboozle. 5 eliminations. 3 more duos need to go down for the next round of placement points, and that rift is going to pick both of them up and send them flying. Southwest is the rotation direction, and Summer just barely ahead of the zone there. Took a 1 tick of damage. A little overzealous. The launch pad is going to give him an opportunity to move. Again, another set of launch pads gets knocked down, caught inside a box with Gratrix, and does get the knock. Summer, the elimination, puts him at 6 total for this duo. Sakairos in the feed gets an elim on Froze. Everyone making moves at this point, trying to bunker down. Those, for anybody that does not realize, those turrets go down when they need to bolster the HP of whatever surface they're built on. If you just have wood or you're on wood when you place those down, they take quite a bit more to shoot down instead of just a wood floor or even a double layer. So there is a use even during movement.
Yeah, I think it's an instant 1,000 HP.
Players to not use them.
We'll begin to build on up still. Blake, we just saw Gratrix, his teammate, get cut down as they got swooped down in. 10 players in total. Zone still slowly floating. This is going to be one of those where we make it all the way to the 9th zone. To the full close zone.
Sounds like rockets from above going to build and defend himself.
Yep, 18 total builds. 2 stinks left can potentially be used to swing an elimination in their favor. There goes one, and that's exactly why. Blake pumps out a ton of damage, unfortunately not actually able to confirm that elimination. Still the builds coming in. 2 total builds left. Gonna have to drop one down, make a hero play. There's the knock on the Summer. The shot onto the teammate as well. Blake's given himself a chance. Blake has given himself a chance. Removes one of the final couple duos in this game. Blake playing the low ground. The player nearest by him actually very, very weak. Will Blake be able to challenge us in time? Crowdot and Crunch on the high ground. You think they've got to be the heavy favorites to win this game?
A top-down view on pretty much everybody else, but Blake is not going down just yet. Stuck in a box with Heiser there. Quite a bit of damage shared between the two of them, and hopefully does not get caught from the side. So quite a bit there. Basically one shot at this point. If Blake gets caught off guard, that's going to be it. And he does feed some HP. Looks like the Heiser inside the box. Crowdot and Crunch on the outside. Take out Heiser, a 2v1 inside the box, and that's the end.
The bow in slow-mo.
Boom shot.
Looked great right there. Congratulations to Crowdot and Crunch on that victory royale. The action continues to stay hot here in NA West, but Sunday.